Good morning to everyone. Today I am going to discuss advantages and disadvantages of full wave rectifier. Okay, in previous classes we already discussed what is the rectifier, what is the half wave rectifier, what is the full wave rectifier, so how many types of full wave rectifiers is there. We already discussed. So today we will discuss what is the advantages of full wave rectifiers and what is the disadvantages of full wave rectifiers. See here, in full wave rectifiers, how many types of full wave rectifiers is there? There are two types of full wave rectifiers is there. One is the center tap full wave rectifiers and second one is the bridge type full wave rectifiers. These are the two types of full wave rectifiers. In case of center tap full wave rectifiers, we are using two diodes, and in case of bridge type rectifier we are using 4 diodes. So the rectification efficiency is both center tap rectifiers and full wave rectifiers is equal. So here now I will discuss what are the advantages of full wave rectifiers. In first point, the full wave rectifiers have higher rectifying efficiency than half wave rectifiers. This is the most important point. The rectifiers efficiency, the full wave rectifiers efficiency is higher than half wave rectifiers. Okay, this is in case of full wave rectifier, the efficiency is 81.2, but in case of half wave rectifier the efficiency is only 40.6. so the full wave rectifier is higher, full wave rectifier efficiency is higher than half wave rectifier. Why this higher means? This means that they convert AC to DC more efficiently. This is the first point. And second point, they have low power loss. They have low power loss because no voltage signal is wasted in the rectification process. This full wave rectifiers has low power losses because no voltage signal is wasted in the rectification process when compared to half wave rectifier. In case of half wave rectifier, in rectification process, the half wave rectifier convert only one half cycle, remaining all half cycles are blocked. So some rectification will be losses, all the half cycles, either positive half cycle or negative half cycle will be blocked. So only 50% of the input signal will be converted to DC voltage only. But in case of half wave rectifier, in case of full wave rectifier, all the voltage signal is rectified. All the voltage signal is rectified means both positive half cycles and negative half cycles, both cycles will be rectified in case of full wave rectifier. So they have low power losses due to this reason only. In half wave rectifier has power losses is more because it's rectifying only one half cycle. Just 50% of the input voltage will be rectified with help of half wave rectifier, then their power loss is high as compared to full wave rectifier. And next point, the output voltage of center tap full wave rectifier has lower ripples than a half wave rectifier. See, the output voltage of center tap full wave rectifier, in case of center tap full wave rectifier, has lower ripples than half wave rectifier. The half wave rectifier has high ripples, and full wave rectifier, center tap full wave rectifier only has the lower ripples. Okay, these three are the most important advantages of full wave rectifiers. Next to disadvantages of full wave rectifiers. What are the disadvantages? Here one disadvantage is there. The center tap rectifier is more expensive than half wave rectifier and tends to occupy a lot of space. Why this? So here the point is, the center tap rectifier is more expensive than half wave rectifier. Why it is more expensive than half wave rectifier means, the center tap transformer use the center tap transformers and two diodes. In case of full wave rectifiers we are using 2 diodes and 4 diodes. So the compared to half wave rectifier, the using diodes are more. Then the full wave rectifiers normally expensive than half wave rectifier. This is the disadvantage, and tends to occupy a lot of space because we are using more number of components, because we are using more number of components as compared to half wave rectifiers. as compared to half wave rectifiers, then these full wave rectifiers will be occupy a lot of space. The half wave rectifiers occupy small space because the using diodes, they using electronic components very less as compared to full wave rectifiers. That's why the half wave rectifiers occupy small space and the full wave rectifiers occupy a lot of space. Okay, these are the advantages and disadvantages of full wave rectifier. Next, problems on full wave rectifiers. There are number of problems are there on full wave rectifiers. So I will discuss now the first problem. A full wave rectifier uses two diodes. See here, a full wave rectifier uses two diodes. That means this is the center tap full wave rectifiers. The internal resistance of each diode may be assumed constant at 20 ohm. Each diode has 20 ohms of internal resistance. The transformer RMS secondary voltage from center tap to each of the secondary is 50 volts. So the input voltage of the rectifier is 50 voltage and load resistance is 980 ohm. We are using one load resistance, that value is 980 ohm. Find the minimum load current, and second one is the RMS value of load current. Okay, so see here the data is given, the center tap rectifiers, and it has two diodes. The diodes value is 20 ohm resistance and the transformer secondary voltage is 50 volts. So that is the input voltage of rectifier, and the load resistance of rectifier is 980 ohm. So find the minimum load current and the RMS value of load current. So here the data is RF is equal to 20 ohms diode resistance, RF, and load resistance is 980 ohm. Okay, first to find the minimum load current we have to calculate the maximum AC voltage. So the maximum AC voltage VM equal to 50 into root 2, the RMS voltage into root 2. So 50 into root 2 value is 70.7 volts. This is the maximum AC voltage represented by VM. Okay, next maximum load current. So after getting maximum AC voltage, we will be calculate the maximum load current. IM equal to VM by RF plus RL. Here the VM is we already calculated 70.7 volts by RF is the 20 plus RL is 980 ohms. Okay, so simplifying this value is 70.7 milliamps. This is the maximum load current IM. So the minimum load current will be calculated from here. The minimum load current I DC equal to 2 into IM by pi. 2 into IM means 70.7 milliamps. 70.7 milliamps by pi into 45 milliamps by 5. So its total value is 45 milliamps. Okay, this is the minimum load current IDC equal to 45 milliamps. Next, second one, RMS value of load current. RMS value of load current I RMS equal to IM by root 2. So IM value is 70.7 by root 2, value is 50 milliamps. So here the minimum load current is 45 milliamps and the RMS value of load current is 50 milliamps. Okay, this is the first problem, and we will discuss the second problem. A power supply A delivers 10 volts DC with a ripple of 0.5 volts RMS, while the power supply B delivers. Here two types of power supplies is there. Supply A delivers 10 volts and supply B delivers 25 volts DC with a ripple of 1 millivolts RMS. Which is better power supply? Here A power supply delivers 10 volts with a ripple of 0.5 volts and B delivers 25 volts with a ripple of 1 millivolts RMS. So which is better power supply? We have to discuss here. So here in generally the lower ripple factor of a power supply is better. So here the lower ripple factor of a power supply is better. See here, for power supply A, the ripple factor. What is the formula for ripple factor? Means output in DC voltage by, see the ripple factor equal to VAC RMS by VDC. So VAC RMS in power supply A. Power supply A delivers 10 volts and RMS is 0.5. So 0.5 by 10 into 100. So 0.5 by 10 into 100 is 5% of ripple factor when the power supply A delivers 10 volts and 0.5 RMS voltage. Next, for power supply B. For power supply B, the ripple factor is VAC RMS value by VDC. So in case of B delivers, the power supply B delivers, the RMS value is 1 millivolts, 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 or 0.001 by the voltage is 25. So 0.001 by 25 is 100. So the ripple is 0.004 percentage or 4%. So clearly see here the power A ripple factor is 5% and power supply B ripple factor is 0.004%. Clearly power supply B is better because the power supply B has the lower ripple factor. Okay, so power supply A has the higher ripple factor. Clearly power supply B is the better because it has the ripple factor is 0.004%. Okay, in this way we will be calculate the examiner will be asked the number of questions from half wave and full wave rectifiers. So we will be calculate based on these equations. Here the advantages and disadvantages are also most important. These three advantages are the most important and disadvantages are the number of times the examiner will be asked this, the disadvantages of full wave rectifier and advantages of full wave rectifiers also. In previous classes we already discussed the comparison of half wave rectifiers and full wave rectifiers. When we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of full wave rectifiers, the advantage of full wave rectifiers is it has the efficiency is more high as compared to half wave rectifier, and the disadvantage of full wave rectifiers is it has more number of diodes using. The more number of diodes are using in rectifier circuits when compared to half wave rectifier. So its cost is little bit high as compared to half wave rectifier. So the center tap rectifier is more expensive than a half wave rectifier and tends to occupy a lot of space. Why it tends to occupy a lot of space? Because it has more number of electronic components using as compared to half wave rectifiers. In case of half wave rectifier, just one diode and one resistive load and one transformer enough. But in case of full wave rectifiers, in case of center tap transformer, center tap full wave rectifier is 2 diodes, one resistive load and one transformer. In case of bridge type full wave rectifiers, we are using 4 diodes, load resistance and transformer also. So in case of full wave rectifiers, 2 diodes will be acting in forward bias condition. In forward bias conditions, the 2 diodes will be forward bias condition and remaining 2 diodes will be reverse bias condition during positive half cycle. And during negative half cycle, remaining 2 diodes are forward bias conditions and another 2 diodes are reverse bias condition. That's why the bridge type rectifier has using 4 diodes as compared to half wave rectifier. That's why this full wave rectifier occupy a lot of space as compared to half wave rectifiers, and this is the little bit expensive than half wave rectifier. Okay, thank you.